Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome along. Welcome back welcome back if you are returning, or welcome if it is your first time here today for WRC, the second round of the season, and we find ourselves here in Texas. It is COTA, the Circuit of the Americas, and it is going to be such a good one. A full grid again. This is looking absolutely beautiful, isn't it? Full grid then, everybody, here today. Absolutely jam-packed, and we have got such a race on our hands with the drivers here today. There's a few new drivers since the first round of the season, and it makes me very happy to see Patrick Dodge on there, who's actually from a league that I commentate on already, and now he's here in WRC, which makes me very happy. It's good to see a familiar face, and of course these drivers all here are going to start to be very familiar soon as well. But 20 drivers, like I mentioned, and very soon we'll go through the standings. First of all, though, I do want to go through who is here with us tonight. It is the Kick Sauber of Drippy. We've got Ollie Southall again, Fozy, Tyler Adams. We've got, I'm going to say Sprays maybe. I think Sprays. Billy Mewis, Blake, Vat of Caramel, Humboldt. We've got Orderex, Zappy, who of course was here as well last week, Andy, who's returning, Mikey, Somatic Coast, Mark, Sidemen, Patrick Dodge, Maloon, Venom, and Nova Piper, all joining us this afternoon, and a few drivers coming out of the pit lane already to get some very early times on the board. Then I'm going to quickly put on some of the standings then, everybody. I do apologise, you can't really see the main feed very well. I've tried to keep it there as much as I can. But first of all, the drivers' standings since round one after the Belgian Grand Prix. It's F1 Mikey Boy that does lead the World Championship as of now, taking the race win, and then of course the fastest lap point as well, 26 points to his name. Unfortunately, not joining us here tonight, so he will not be able to add any points to that tally, and gives MCL a good chance at taking that P1 here today. 18 points he has got, and not many behind the championship leader right now. Somatic Coast in third. It's Billy Mewis and Drippy, the two Kick Saubers in 4 and 5. Zazapi is in 6, Maloon 7, Sideman 8, Andy J Price 9, and just as he says it in the chat, Ollie Southall makes it into the top 10 then after the first round, picking up a single point at the end of the Grand Prix in Belgium. Then of course you can see the last 20 drivers without a point to their name just yet. Constructors standings then, everybody. The Ferrari team is doing exceptionally well with 33 points between both of their drivers. The Racing Bulls then pick up 30 points today, and right now looking pretty tight, isn't it, up at the front between the Ferraris and the Racing Bulls. That is going to be one to look out for. Do not miss it, everybody, because that is going to be a battle for the season already after the first round. It is looking tight. Sauber in third, Alpine 4, Aston Martin 5, Williams 6, Mercedes 7, and then Red Bull, Haas and McLaren, all drivers that haven't even got any points yet, everybody, in this season. So we'll see if they can try and get some points going into round 2. I think 8 rounds of the season here in WRC. Of course, I've literally just started here. I will really quickly check over it, but I'm pretty sure it's 8 rounds. It is, yes. And we end off in Abu Dhabi, which I'm absolutely buzzing about. We've got Deer in the Jack Cross the Comms chat saying hello. It's good to see you, mate. Welcome in. Hello. Got a few people joining in the Jack Cross the Comms, and of course the WRC is looking lively too. We've got Chanaman, Ollie Southall, and F1 Mikey Boy all in the chat. So hopefully you enjoyed the commentary tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We are set for a very decent one, and many drivers on the track already. Tyler Adams then sets the fastest time so far with a 1:33.704. We've got Sprays over the line in the Alpine. With 1:43, but Zazapi with a massively quicker time there, 2 tenths quicker than Tyler Adams, and he puts himself in the early stages on provisional pole here in qualifying, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, 20 drivers. I mean, to be fair, in the leagues that I commentate in, I don't normally get a full grid, so to come here today and be able to do this is absolutely brilliant. Nova Piper with the fastest lap, then he goes even quicker than Zazapi by absolutely nothing there, about 700ths of a second, which is it is nothing. There's nothing in that. Billy Mewis now with 1:32.7. He's just a bit quicker, isn't he, in the Kick Sauber in P1 at this moment in time. As I'm going to quickly get up the race results. Actually, no, there's no point in me doing that because it would be the same as the standings, wouldn't it, after round 1? But I will keep up the driver standings on my screen just so I can refer back to that. But like I mentioned, F1 Mikey Boy is leading the championship. Will not be able to do anything about that one today. Try and, you know, improve his lead. He will not be joining us, and there is a reserve in who is taking over for him tonight. We've got Mikey into second place in the Williams. His team, I don't think, are doing too well in the championship. Mikey hasn't scored a point this season, but it's looking fairly decent for him in second place right now. I know it's early stages, but this could be okay. This could be okay if he can try and keep it up, which we will keep an eye on. But second place right now is very, very strong, ladies and gentlemen. If you were in the chat, in either of the chats, let us know. I've seen a few of you already. We want to get a bit more lively in here. Hopefully we can get some more people, of course, joining along for the stream tonight. And of course, one thing I do need to mention, everybody, is F1 Mikey Boy wants to go live on the WRC TikTok, sorry, not Twitch, TikTok. But you need, of course, a certain amount of followers. They need 20 more. If you could go over to the WRC TikTok, which can be found in the Discord, and I'll try and post it in the chat in a minute as well. Please subscribe. Wow, I'm stuck in the Twitch. Not subscribe. Please follow the TikTok, everybody. And hopefully we can get live on that account in the chat. Channel Man, debut for Mikey GTI, but already pushing Andy Price into the second seat. It's Patrick Dodge. Didn't see that one. He goes into second place then with 1 minute 32.920, and about 0.3 of a second between them. There's F1 Mikey Boy. He does send in the TikTok link. There you go. Please go and follow that one so we can get live on the WRC. And that is going to enable us to grow even more here in this league, which is what we're aiming to do. We've got 20 drivers on the grid already, and we can grow even further. I think Mikey did tell me about a Monday night tier that they're going to be opening up. So if anyone's interested in that, let him know. But Monday Night Racing does sound pretty fun. As Nova Piper then, he's in 4th position right now and crossing the line. But a decent previous lap from him. It will not be faster this time, around 3 tenths down. But your current standings right now is Billy Mewis 1, Patrick Dodge sat in 2, Mikey GTI in 3, Nova Piper 4, Zazapi 5, Tyler Adams 6, Ajura in 7, Fozy 8, Blake 9, and Vat of Caramel. He is rounding off the top 10. Then it is Sprays in 11. The only drivers yet to set a time. Still 9 more before a full grid of times here today. Are we going to get a close qualifying? The first round of the season was a good qualifying. Hopefully that can be the same today. Billy Mewis is really, really doing a good job up at the top at the minute, and he's out there again to try and go even quicker. Is it possible? Can he find any more time? Andy J. Price then over the line. He puts himself in 3rd on his first lap of the afternoon, which is very promising. Just ahead of his teammate Mikey GTI just for this race. There's Andy off the side of the track there waiting for some people to try and pass him. As yellow flags on the grid. Of course, because we're going to get a lot of people with 20 drivers. You're going to get a lot of people slowing down, letting people through. Traffic is pretty bad. You know, on circuits like this as well, with 20 drivers, it can get pretty full. Channelman in the chats as well. Take it back. Good time, Andy. I completely agree with you as well. Andy J. Price, P3, is a very decent time, and currently 2nd row of the grid then with his teammate, which is a very strong starting point for the Williams boys today. Can they keep it up is the question. We will find out. Somebody just crossed the line there. Was it Maloon? I'm not entirely sure. Maybe Maloon? No, it wasn't Maloon. I can't see who that was. I think it was Sidemen, actually. He's in 7th position right now. It's looking like it was Sidemen then. As he P7 133.580 at this current moment in time. There's about 700ths of a second between him and Nova Piper, which that is very easily found. And if he capitalizes on the opportunities he's still got here today with 7 minutes to go, he can definitely find a bit more time in that Racing Bull. Into the first sector he goes then, and then all the way down over the top of the hill and down towards the left-hander, which opens up onto the back straight. And in the Grand Prix, that is going to be a prime overtaking opportunity, and I think we're going to see a lot of overtaking down here as well. So that's definitely something to look forward to, and definitely expect sidemen with the DRS then heading down the back straight and all the way down towards the end of Sector 2. Will it be a decent time? Has he been able to piece this one together? P8 for him right now. He only needs 700th of a second for the place in front, and I'm sure he can grab it, but he is 2.5 seconds down. And I should have really noticed that, actually. He's got 100% battery, so clearly he's not pushing really, is he? He is going to go round, I assume, on another lap this time around, so we'll go back to sidemen pretty soon. Drippy's in P4. He's invalidated this lap right now. Billy Mewis is going to head round the final corner and try and go again. He's up by 1.5 nearly in Sector 2. Billy Mewis improves even more by 3.5 tenths nearly there. It's a 1:32.4, and he puts himself on provisional pole by even more. That is an absolutely sensational time. Is it going to be beaten though, is the question. I'm not entirely sure. The number 15 Kick Sauber, which is usually my racing number as well, so it's quite nice to see that at the front. Billy Mewis, he's doing a decent job, isn't he? Really, really is at the moment. And for the Kick Sauber team, it's going to be bringing in a lot of points for them if they can try and replicate this in the Grand Prix. Qualifying in the race is two different things, but like we saw last race, with, of course, Mikey Boy starting on pole position. I talked about in qualifying, I did talk about in qualifying, you know, quality and race pace being two different things. That was thrown out of the window when I saw Mikey race in Belgium last week, because his qualifying pace against his race pace were exactly the same. They were both exceptional, and he managed to get himself the win, of course. I think led every lap pretty much, or nearly, as Patrick Dodge over the line. Then he just improved by 1/10 of a second, and there's about 4 tenths now between 1 and 2. That just shows the quality and the class of Billy Mewis' time, because 4 tenths between 1 and 2 is pretty big. As in the chat, we've got Billy Eagles contender. I completely agree with you as well, mate, with that. Billy is definitely a championship contender coming into this one today. He really, really is. And now he's in the pit lane, as we'll try and watch some more. Vat of Caramel puts himself in second place a few moments to go. That is a strong time there, of course. But Patrick Dodge behind that, and 1,000th of a second separates 2 and 3. What on earth? What on earth is going on? That is some close times. As Billy in the chat says, hopefully. I mean, I don't want to put the commentator's curse on it, but yes, hopefully, mate. Well, I know you'll try, so we'll find out. As there's Zappy, he's in 6th position. He's on the track at the minute. He's on an outlap, but I'm not entirely sure what's going on with him. He has invalidated, though, so it won't be a lap right now. Oh, he's got fuel mode on, so he'll be going into the pit lane now. That'll be it for him. He has got a bit of time to come out again, but he's got to get a move on. 3.5 minutes to go, qualifying now. Drivers in the pit lane, drivers on outlaps, people out on the track already, and Humble being one of them who's invalidated this time around, and he dives into the pit lane at the very end to try and give himself a bit of time to get back on the grid and to go once more. Blake is heading down, and he will be starting his flying lap fairly soon for his final time today, I believe, with 100% battery saved up, and that Haas is raring to go and ready to absolutely push as hard as he can. As Mark in P17, he's going round on a lap, I believe, as I think really quickly somebody just gone up towards, was that Ali Southall? It was, I think, to P9, who finished P10 last race, everybody, and he's P10 in the standings at this moment in time. He's here today qualifying P9. Not entirely sure where he qualified last race, but it's ahead of where he finished last race at least, so we'll see what he can do today in the Mercedes with his teammates of Vats of Caramel up in second place. So he's got a bit of competition here. Oh, snap of oversteer there from Mikey GTI as he just about saves it, coming out of the back, coming down towards the back straight. Sorry, DRS is activated, absolutely burning all of the battery, just dropping it down the back straight as he heads into the left-hander and into the end of the second sector. Car sliding just a little bit there, slight lock up, but just about caught it, and he is down by 0.04 of a second. Like I said earlier, that is absolutely marginal. He can still find that. He can still find that. Oh, that is not good, is it? The Alpine there impeding him on his lap. Mikey gets impeded then by the Alpine of Sprays. I think that was a pretty big impeding there. But Mikey, this won't be a good lap for him now then. He does invalidate as well, so that'll be the end of qualifying really for him. But a lot of outlaps on your screen now, everybody. And we're going to have to try and keep on top of this one with Billy Mewis being one of the men out there and trying to go faster. There's 0.4 of a second between him and second place. And right now, he's looking like the favourite for pole position. But is there anybody else that can try and take that away from him? With 1 minute and 30 seconds to go, the entire grid nearly is going to try and go for a lap again to try and take that pole position, or at least improve from where they already are. Is it going to happen? We will find out, everybody, in a few moments time. 1 minute to go. This is it. This is absolutely it, and we're going to try and find the driver closest towards the line. It looks like a Ferrari, but I'm not entirely sure. It is a Ferrari of a Jaw then. In the Ferrari and headed into the first corner, the Aston Martin waiting there for him on the inside line as a Jaw easily flies through and now is pinning this car on the curbs. In the chat, Sauber teamwork with the toe. Yes, I think I might have missed that, but a Jaw seeming to be on a good lap, but he does invalidate. That is the end of his qualifying today then, everybody. P15 or lower, that is it for him. Behind him there is a few drivers. We're going to go with Fozy actually. He's up towards the end of the first sector. He's up by 0.07 of a second in sector 1, so the Red Bull is finding time. This is looking quite promising as well, and after we've seen this we might just go to Billy Mewis because he is on pole position and looking like he might go even quicker. But focusing on Fozy for now, it's looking fairly decent. It's the final lap of the day and he's absolutely pushing the car to the limits, then breaking these tyres in half as he heads through the corners and just trying to get the best time out of this car that he possibly can. P14 right now. Qualifying is complete now, so when you cross the line, that'll be it. And Fozy is just about to complete his final lap today into the end of the second sector. Oh, he's down by nearly 1/10. It's bad from Fozy. We'll see if we can find anybody else then. Ajura, of course, not on the lap now. Mark, he's completed qualifying. Somatic Coast is on a lap round. We'll go back to that one soon. As somebody going up towards second place, we've got Vat of Camel. Tyler Adams, then he puts himself in fourth with an 8/10 improvement. That is very strong indeed. And now we've got Billy Mewis. He's quite at the back. We're going to go to Patrick Dodge round the final corner. Fuel mode is on. This is it then for the final time today. Can P3 of Patrick Dodge get any higher on the grid today? He only needs 1/1000 of a second then for second place. Patrick Dodge, he does find 1/1000 of a second and he gets into second place by 2/10 of a second. Now that is a very strong time from Mr. Dodge. And now second place. Maloon over the line, he takes third. That is very, very nice indeed. As Billy Mewis then with 0.06 of a second up in the middle sector is on for pole again in the Kick Sauber. He will cross the line and he takes pole by a huge margin today. He improves by 1/10.5 and it's a 1:32.259. Patrick Dodge behind on a 1:32.6. Billy Mewis, everybody, takes pole by 0.4 of a second. Absolutely incredible times as Blake will head round the final corner. He will cross the line and he finishes in P18. What a qualifying today, everybody. Billy Mewis on pole position. And of course, yes, Somatic Coast, sorry, to 8th position. I did miss that. Somatic Coast with a bit of an improvement there. I believe an improvement. I remember them being quite far back. As Billy Mears then on pole position by 3.5 tenths then, ladies and gentlemen, Patrick Dodge on his first race here today. He takes second place and the front row of the grid with the pole sitter. Malone 3 with Nova Piper 4. 5 is Mikey. 6 is Vat of Caramel. After being in second place for so long, he got deposited down 4 more places. Tyler Adams 7 is Somatic Coast then, who gets some places up in 8, but still 6 tenths off pole. Sidemen in 9 and Venom in 10th position, round off the top 10, and I can't really go down the rest of it because we are done. But a very nice qualifying, everybody. And next up is your Grand Prix. Do not ready up. I believe we are waiting again. I think that's what we did last week. Well, actually, can ready up. I cannot remember actually. But we are going to be going into the race now, everybody. How fun was that qualifying session? If you're in the chat, let us know your thoughts on it. Let us know. And of course, after tonight's race, I will be doing an interview of the top 3. Wow, I've just looked in the people that are watching the WRC stream. It's very big, very nice. Good to see you all. Hopefully you're enjoying so far. I'm really enjoying my time here in WRC right now. It has been quite fun to be here. It really, really has. As we wait ahead of the drivers then, ladies and gentlemen, for the formation lap to begin. And the formation lap does begin with 20 drivers that get ready to go racing here in COTA. Starting off of their grid spots now with a bit of a practice start here. A slow lap around the track then before they go properly racing here at the Circuit of the Americas. The kick Sauber of Billy Mewis. Currently, the man that starts from pole for the second round of the season. And man, he did take it by quite a margin, didn't he? 3.5 tenths of a second then to Patrick Dodge behind, who's here on his debut today. But early race predictions in the chat then, everybody. Who do we think's going to be on the podium today? Who do we think's going to take that top 3 that we'll find and see in the interview room later on? Let us know if you have got some time. But your 2 strategy on your screen there, the 1 stop and the 2 stop. It is the medium to the hard, and the was it soft, medium, hard there? Yes, no, sorry, soft, medium, medium for the 2 stop. There's Channel Man in the chat predicting Billy for 1, Patrick for 2, and Andy Price for P3. We've got FL Mikey Boy as well in my chat. He says Billy P1, Somatic P3, Mikey GTI P2. That is what you guys are predicting. We'll see if you get it right then. I think I agree with Billy P1. I think his qualifying was too strong to let go in the race. I really, really do. But we're going to find out if that all changes then, everybody, once those lights go out. Billy, the man in front, just waiting anxiously for all of the drivers behind him to line up on their grid spots. Everybody seems to line up fairly decent, apart from Vat of Caramel right now, who does mess up that parking right there. So won't get the jump that he wants to. There's everybody behind parking up. The 20 drivers on the grid then here in the USA at the Circuit of the Americas. Sprays will line up at the very end, and the drivers get ready to go racing. Here we go then, ladies and gentlemen. Ahead of the drivers, the 5 lights build up here at the Circuit of the Americas. 5 lights, 28 laps ahead of us for the second round. Well, for a long time, but it's lights out and away we go. The kick Sauber, Billy Mewis, he's off the line pretty strongly indeed into turn 1. It's really strong, and he holds the lead. Nova Piper then in second place. You've got a battle here with the third place runner as Patrick Dodge loses a position. Nova Piper's up to 2, then as Maloon and Patrick Dodge are going side by side through the first few corners, through the S's now. Patrick holds third, Maloon into 4. Mikey then is trying to battle to get through the order as well. He's into 5th position right now and sticking in the same position as where he started. It's Patrick and Maloon both down places since the start. Nova Piper is up 2. He's had a very nice start at this moment in the race. As at the back of the grid as well, we've got Sprays making a position up on Mark. These two at the back of the grid, but still in contention of something good in this race. Vat of Caramel and Mikey then, ladies and gentlemen, heading down the back straight now with the rest of the drivers seeming to have a bit of a battle here. Here comes Tyler Adams then on the Mercedes. He gets double overtaken here as Tyler and Mikey both go through and make it look pretty easy. A big dive here from Somatic Coast up the inside of the Mercedes, nearly taking him out then, just about holding that one. That was very close indeed then, wasn't it, from the Haas car? And he just about saved it. That was a very, very late but brave move made by Somatic Coast there. There's another one here from Drippy up the inside line of the Racing Bulls side men. Now with a better exit, just about stays ahead and maintains that P9. Drippy couldn't get through just there. That was a very nice battle. Really good stuff then with the 20 drivers on the grid right now. And we finished the first lap of 28 then here in the circuit of the Americas in the USA. And Billy Mewis, who's been predicted to win this race by 2 drivers and me, he's currently leading this race and making it look pretty easy then, everybody. 0.7 of a second is what separates P1 and P2. Nova Piper, he started down in 4th position and now up to P2. He's had an absolutely sensational start. Just whether he can hold that position in the McLaren. The kick Sauber doing a great job though. He's still P1 as behind Mikey. He gets the fastest first sector. Maybe that's a sign for something. But a really good start to this race then here in Kota. It really, really is. With 26 laps to go. And if you'd like to race in this league, everybody, please get in contact with the man himself, F1 Mikey Boy. He will sort you out, or even DM me, and I'll refer you to him, because this league is absolutely brilliant. And, you know, I think we've got a full grid, but get in a reserve spot, because if somebody's not joining, you definitely want to get a piece of this. It is really good inside, but up the inside line of Drippy, giving it a good go. The Racing Bull with a great move there on the kick Sauber, and he finds himself into P9. Now he's got Somatic Coast ahead of him. Somatic Coast doing pretty decently. He's still in the same position as where he started, but we did see him making some lunges, so he has got the confidence here today to do something. As the race strategies on your screen then. 1 stop and 2 stop medium hard, or the soft medium hard. Pit lap 7 to 9 for the mediums on the 2 stop strategy. Pit lap 17 to 21 on the same strategy there for the hards. Mark then with a 3-second penalty, the first penalty of the afternoon. Wow, I'm actually starting to lose my voice. That is when you know you guys are giving us some good action here today. Really, really are. Tyler Adams 6 then. Mikey watching a battle unfold in front of him here with Malone and Patrick Dodge, the 2 drivers that have dropped down 2 places since the race start. Patrick was 2, Malone was 3, and then Nova Piper was 4, but he absolutely outdone both of them. Fosey then with a 3-second penalty. As Wolfie joins us in the chat, and he says, wow, voice crack. He subscribes at tier 1 9 months in a row. That man has subscribed to the Jack Crosty Cobbs channel. Thank you very much, mate. I very much appreciate that. Helps a lot. Really, really good stuff then. Thank you, mate. Welcome into the chat. Hope you're having a good day. And we are having some good racing. Mate, Wolfie, you're missing a great race. I'm not going to lie, one of the best races I've seen in a very long time. Really, really good action here. 20 drivers join us this afternoon at full grid. And the racing has been unmatched. Humboldt with a 3-second penalty. It's looking pretty congested around here then, everybody, in the final few corners here in Kota. And Malone is looking like he wants to make a bit of a move here on the Ferrari in front of him. And watch this space. He will do something about this. You can just see the anger in the way he's driving. Malone in 4. He's got it. He can do it. We know he can do it. Vat of Caramel with a 3-second time penalty now. There's 4 drivers picking up time penalties here today. As around the final corner goes the train of cars. And maybe any possible moves into turn 1. This is one here. Then the Ferrari at the inside of Nova Piper. The Ferrari was looking quite confident there. Nothing came out of it. Off the track there goes the kicks. The Racing Bull, sorry. Was that Tyler Adams, I think, who just went off the track? As it's just turned through between the drivers. Vats of Caramel goes well off. Everybody in P12. He's off the grid, down in P12, and losing countless positions. Not entirely sure what's happened with him there. Mark, the 3-second time penalty. Some great moves going on from behind, isn't there? The Alpine here of Zazapi trying to get ahead of Humboldt. Not able to do it just there then as he stays behind. But a long line of drivers heading down the back straight there. And there's one looking like it might happen here with Venom on Drippy up the inside line. He is going to send it. We knew it. He can absolutely try it on the kick salver. Not enough there for a move, everybody. Not enough there for a move at all, and he couldn't get ahead in P10. Wolf in the chat, well, last night wasn't good at all, but we need some people to join. Yeah, we do. Maybe I can talk to WRC, mate, about a partnership with CPG, see if we can get some people to join. Actually, I don't know if that's going to happen anymore because WRC are making opening a tier on Mondays, and of course CPG race on Mondays, so that might conflict. But Drippy in the pit lane then, everybody, as Blake picks up a 3-second time penalty and Mark as well. So we're getting quite a few here in Kota, but I think that is expected. Some of the curbs around here are deadly. And Drippy in the pit lane now on the mediums, going on to the hards early on. Zazapi and Vat of Caramel then, they're going side by side as well. As Zazapi gets into P12 on that one, just about ahead. Oh my, look at this, the closing speed there. He goes up the inside line of the Red Bull. Can the Alpine try and stay ahead there of the Red Bull of Humboldt? That was a brilliant move, really, really good. That was a crack of that, and he got right through. Ladies and gentlemen, Zazapi with a great move up the inside there of the Red Bull. What a move. What a move. And here we go. We're going to look for another one. Down the back straight, everybody. Really, really good overtake. As here comes Tyler Adams around the outside line of Mikey, forcing him off the track there. They're going to be absolutely tooth and nail through these final few corners. Tyler doing everything in his power here today then to get into P5, into the top 5. Will he be able to get ahead up the inside? He does make a bit of contact there, forces him wide. It's the Williams against the Racing Bull. As Tyler Adams, ladies and gentlemen, in P6, not enough to get ahead. There we go, and then down the straight again, Sideman is in the pit lane. And Mark with a 3-second penalty as well. And we've got Sideman in the pit lanes, looking like he was serving a penalty there, but it wasn't. And now he comes out of the pit lane on brand new tyres. Humboldt with a 3-second penalty. As Sprays gets overtaken by Drippy there into P18. Drippy up to 17 there with a very nice move. And Mark comes out of the pit lane at the back of the grid. Lap 6 of 28 in this race. And Billy Mewis then leading by 2.4 seconds. Could be another clean sheet. The exact same as F1 Mikey Boy on the first round of the season. Could be a Billy Mewis P1 straight from pole. Maloon then in third. He overtakes Nova Piper, who has dropped down a few positions, and now all of a sudden the top 5 have filtered themselves out, everybody, across the grid, and now started. They're all in the same place as when they started, which is quite nice to see, but we do want to see some more overtakes, and I thought Mikey was going to try and attempt one there. Had to run it a bit deep then to get a better exit through. Now into the pit lane goes Nova Piper, dives into the pit lane with Tyler Adams now with a 3-second penalty as well. Mikey continues on, and all the rest of the drivers behind, they all go up a position now then, as some of the pit stops are already starting to come in then on lap 7 of 28. Can't believe it, 2.7 seconds is the gap between Billy and Patrick. Billy's a pretty quick man around here in Kota. Still 20 drivers here then, everybody. We've got a few drivers at the back that have fell down many places. That includes Nova Piper. He's in the P, went in the pit lane, of course, though. Sidemen in the pit lane too. Andy down 5 places. Drippy down 5 as well. Down 13 for Vat of Caramel. And now he has a battle here with the Alpine, making masses of contact here on the S's. They're still going side by side. The Mercedes goes off the track. Spray stays on. But Vat of Caramel right onto the grass there on the gravel traps. He comes back on in P19. But that was some big contact then on the S's. He cuts the corner there as well. That was some questionable driving there from them. There's Billy Mewis in the pit lane now then. This is the big story of today because he leads, or he did lead, by about 2.7 seconds. Now Ollie Southall gets a penalty. Oh my, these penalties are rolling in. But Billy in the pits then has to go to the end of the pit lane here for the Kicksauber team. Vat of Caramel picks up another penalty now. And exiting the pit lane is Billy Mewis then, ladies and gentlemen, in the Kicksauber with brand new tyres on, down 10 places since, you know, from where he started, and 20 laps to go. He's got many drivers around him that need to make a pit stop. Vat of Caramel and Sprays then. They swap. Oh, off the track for Vat of Caramel again. He gets a 10-second penalty for a severe collision with Sprays. Sprays is off as well. Completely missed that. They've come together again, everybody. Once again. Was not expecting it to happen for a second time. Now these two are going side by side. Fozy just about pulled ahead of Sidemen. But Willie being up there and heading down the back straight. Sidemen, he makes contact with the Red Bull. Into the wall there. Was that the wall, or did he just about catch the car? I think he caught it. Oh my, I thought he went into the barrier there. Both end plates still look intact. That was a close call from Fozy. It really was. Thought he was in the wall then. Somatic coast and everybody in the pit lane. And Drippy picks up a 3-second penalty too. Oh my, the penalties are absolutely crazy. But of course, like I mentioned, they are quite expected here in COTA. We've got quite a few. We've got 19 for that, Mark with 15. I think he gets another one now. There's, yeah, 3 for a lot of drivers as well. Nova Piper gets one. These guys are going side by side. I'll put the tyres on your screen for a moment as Vat of Caramel does retire in the pit lane. I think Sprays is doing the exact same thing, so they're both going to be out of the race today then. And that is it for them. Behind that then it's Drippy, ladies and gentlemen, Andrew and Blake. Oh, we're going to get a bit of a battle here with a beautiful helicopter picture. This is looking good then. The Kicksauber of the inside line of the Williams. Here we go then. We've got a battle on our hands down the back straight. Which way is it going to swing? It's Blake in P1 of this little battle here. Andy 2, Drippy 3. They go 3 abreast then down the back straight. Who is it going to be getting out ahead of this one? It's going to be Drippy for a moment, but he does hold it as well. Drippy into 12. Blake drops down to 13. Andy down to 14, everybody. That is some sensational battling there. Drippy ahead into P12. As Andy and Blake swapping positions. Andy's now into 13. Blake's down to 14 again. And they swap. Some really good battles here today. Lap 10 of 28 then, everybody. We have got 18 laps to go here in COTA, and I really hope you're enjoying the commentary so far as much as I'm enjoying it actually doing it. It has been really fun. As in the pit lane goes Blake to get on some new tyres. Currently, 10-second penalty is huge then for him. That's going to really mess about with his race. But yes, currently I'd say dominated by the hards, the grid is. We've got a lot on the mediums as well, but a lot of drivers have already pitted now for the hard compound tyres. And that should be your one-stop strategy that they're going for there on the hards. We'll find out. As Malone looking to close in on Patrick Dodge. He does close in on him quite easily there. He gets ahead for the race lead. Patrick defenseless, heading through those corners. Mikey's in P3 then, Tyler Adams 4. It's Venom and Humboldt having a bit of a scrap then into the left-hander. Now the Red Bull's going to try and bite back. He's going to get the outside line into this corner, but it wasn't enough for a move. He's going to switch back underneath. It's Humboldt and the Red Bull. Is he going to be able to make a move here on Venom? He cannot do it just yet. He cuts the corner as well. Picks up a time penalty, everybody, on the 10th lap of 28. And now he's just going to have to settle for P6 for now, isn't he? Because that time penalty is going to mess him about even more. Mikey and Patrick then, they swap positions because, sorry, my bad, Meloon and Mikey. Meloon and Patrick, my bad, in the pit lane. And Tyler Adams and Venom. Humboldt continues on. Ollie Southall continues on as well. It's getting quite confusing. Okay, Mikey, he stays out. He's in P1. Humboldt's in P2. It's Ollie Southall 3. Billy Mewis then is in 4. And when the driver's in front of him go into the pit lane, he will very easily be the man in front again. So he's really, really, played this one great. And on lap 11 of 28, he's in P4. Fozy now with a 10-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. The second one we've seen today. As he now retires from the race as well, everybody. So Fozy retiring today, and he is out. That is it then. 2 drivers out of this race. Remaining is 18. Channel man in the chat, is the one stop going to work? I mean, we'll find out. I've seen it in some cases it doesn't, but is it going to work today? I mean, these drivers here have got some skill, haven't they? Some of them here, they really, really have. And these guys have Nova Piper. I mean, look at the way that he just avoided that there. That is really, really beautiful driving. There's Nova Piper just about avoids a collision there with the drivers in front of him. It's the Aston Martin trying to make a move on Sidemen as well. On lap 11 of 28, Maloon, can he do anything to try and get himself ahead? I think we're past the overtaking opportunities right now. I mean, possibly into the final corner, but really it's not looking likely. Oh, Mikey and Humboldt in the pit lane. Billy Mewis and Ollie Southall going side by side, I believe. Billy's into the lead of the Grand Prix again, everybody. And Ollie down to second place after a bit of a scrap there. And now you're going to start seeing your race order get filtered out a little bit. Ollie Southall does need to pit then at some point, but he is on the hards, so he can run a bit longer. Everybody in this race on the hard compound tyres now, everybody, which is really, really cool. Somatic and Zazapi off the track there, I believe. Zazapi retires from the session on the track. Safety car is deployed. So I'm not entirely sure. Did he just retire on the track? I think he did. Which I'm fairly sure you're not allowed to do, unless he didn't retire on the track and he something happened there which forced him to retire. Well, safety car is upon us then, everybody. The safety car has been deployed here in COTA on the 12th lap of 28, where we are 2 laps away from half race distance. And the safety car, like I mentioned, is out. We're going to have to join up behind it. But with 17 drivers left, this is going to be quite beneficial. It's going to be quite good. Everybody will be bunched up again, and we are definitely expected some more battles and overtakes now because of this. As we wait now for everybody to join up, pit stops are coming in. That has worked really good for Ollie Southall then, hasn't it? Because he's gone into the pit lane now on the new mediums. Drivers doing the exact same thing though, but for different tyres. We Sidemen going in for hards again. Nova Piper, he's in and on the brand new hards. There's Ollie Southall with a 10-second time penalty. That is such a letdown, it really is. Really, really big letdown. That is 16 seconds for him. 21 is the biggest end for Mark. There's Nova and Maloon. They swap positions apparently there. As we, like I mentioned, wait for them to catch up behind the safety car. Majority are. I'm not entirely sure what's going on here. A lot are passing the safety car. I think I'll go around again. 10-second penalty for ignoring yellow flags for Nova Piper. There's a big lot of penalties down here today. F1 Mikey Boy in the Jack Cross the Comms chat as well. He says Mikey GTI is going to win this. We'll see if that comes true. As Humboldt disqualified from the race for cutting a corner and getting in a position. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Humboldt is out, everybody. Humboldt retires from the session after being disqualified in the second round of the season. We've got a DSQ, and that is for Humboldt after apparently cutting a corner, overtaking somebody under the safety car. Which maybe it was intentional, maybe it wasn't. I mean, I feel like that's kind of a hard thing to do. Not intentionally, I don't know. Maybe that, but I'm in the commentary box, so that's easy for me to say. So I don't know. But we'll find out, I guess, in the steward room later on. As the drivers head round, and we're just waiting for a few drivers now to get with the pack. But the actual pack have got to catch up with the safety car again. Wolfie in the chat says the safety car has a glitch in the game. Mate, honestly, I'm so sick of these EA glitches. It is so bad. Each game there's some pretty bad glitches. What the hell? So I've just had a message from Mikey, and apparently the safety car took Humboldt out, so it wasn't even his fault. But he just said, honestly, he just spun him round. That is mad. Crazy, crazy stuff. Well, I bet he's going to be raging about that. Humboldt will be absolutely raging about that. Wolfie in the chat as well says we had where drivers at the back of the grid become first and now safety car glitch. Yeah. Now the safety car finally though has let the drivers catch up. I'm not entirely sure if this is going to mean we're going to get another lap with the safety car because of that. Or if we're just going to get going on the usual 3 laps around you normally do. Still waiting for Blake to catch as Sprays has caught up, but he is the man in front, ahead of Billy Mewis. So blue flags will be shown straight away once we go racing. What an awful position to be in then for Sprays, who I believe actually that is it's a bot, isn't it? Driving that. I don't think that's even him. No, it's not. There's Wolf in the chat. What lap are we on? We are on lap 28, mate. No, we are not on lap 28. We're on lap 13. Lap 28. I've gone mad. We're on lap 13, mate. That should come back on your screen soon. So Zap in the chat says lost traction on turn 1, he says. As of course, Zappy, one of the drivers that have retired from the race today, including Fozy, Vav, Caramo and Humboldt, who have all retired today. We're lap 14 at 28 now, then as we cross the line, and Sprays now goes for the overtake. Ladies and gentlemen, on the safety car, he gets ahead of the safety car, and now is going to go ahead, I believe. But if you're in the chat, everybody, if you finish in the top 3, I'm doing top 3 interviews tonight. So if you would like to join us for an interview, if you do make the top 3, please let us know, and we will get you in the interview room at the end of the race to have a short interview with you, to have a little bit of a chat about how you think your race went, and you know, just whatever I think of really on the spot for interviews. We'll have a bit of a chat. But I think that's one of my favourite things that I've added recently to my commentary, is doing the interviews. I've been doing them for a few months now, and they are quite fun, really are. And if you guys enjoy them, I've only done them once, but if you think the interviews are pretty cool, that is something I'll be very happy to continue on with as well. But Billy Mewis then, everybody, the man in front still. As yeah, we've just had Mikey Boy as well say, if there's no more safety cars, anyone who got a 10-second penalty due to the safety car glitch, they're going to get that removed from their overall time at the end of the day. So we need to factor that into where people finish. It shouldn't really affect the top 3, which is great for us, so we don't have to work all of that out to get people in the interview room. But there is a few drivers, you know, Ollie, Nova and Mark, with 10-second time penalties and more, who may have been affected by that safety car there, that will get their time penalties removed. As we are round again, we are round the track again with the safety car, everybody. It's quite long. We've been under the safety car for quite a while now, but we're going to be soon getting rid of it, and we are way over half race distance now, so only 12 laps to go of this Grand Prix. Still a little while, this 12 laps, but still going to be very fun once this safety car goes away. It's the most boring part of commentating, because you don't get to see any racing, and the drivers just snake up behind it. The best part about it is that it bunches them up, and when they do finally go racing, you do get some very good action. Wolfie says, the safety car glitch has been reported to EA. Loads of people have reported the issue. Well, that's good. Hopefully that can be sorted, because it's a bit annoying, that is. Especially when it means that, yeah, it's more work for people like Mikey that have got to, you know, remove penalties for people just because of what the safety car's done. It's a bit annoying, that. But I think, is the stream working good still? I believe it is. It's just crashed on my iPad, I think. Now the stream is glitching, says Wolfie. Hopefully that... Oh, hang on. Hopefully that stops. I don't think it's doing that on the main feed, which is all that matters, really. We want to be getting a good feed on the other one. But safety car is in at the end of this lap then, everybody. Wolfie, let me know if the stream keeps glitching. Hopefully that gets a little bit better. It's a bit better on my iPad now. I think it was just a bit of a blip. But lap 16 of 28 comes to an end then, everybody. And we get the drivers to cross the line. And it starts it all again. Here we go then. Racing once more resumes here in COTA, ladies and gentlemen, with Billy Mewis, the man in front, to get racing again with the drivers. And we do go racing. Here we go then. It's not lights out, but the drivers are foot to the floor here today. Billy Mewis in the kick Sauber up towards turn 1. He is absolutely nowhere to be seen. He's going to pull away with this race once again as lap 17 begins, everybody. Behind that is Patrick Dodge holding on to second place pretty well. Mikey 3, Drippy 4 then with Tyler in 5, Andrew 6, Addy 6, sorry, Ollie 7, IF 1 Venom in 8, and looking like he's on a bit of a charge here to make an overtake on Ollie Southall. Mark with a 3-second penalty, and the rear sliding out there for Venom, just about kicking that car. And that would have been into the wall. Yellow flags on the grid then, I think, from the McLaren there, as he just about caught that one. That was very much escaping a bad move. As here comes the McLaren, here comes Ollie Southall on Andy J. Price then. Down the back straight for the first battle we've seen in a bit of a while. Here comes Andy to try and stay ahead. It's Ollie and Venom though, who's going to easily pass him. It's three abreast then, down in towards the left-hander. Venom just about ahead here. Ollie Southall, he's pulling ahead up to the inside line. He takes the inside line into the right-hander, and that is his position. Ollie moves up 2 places. He's into 6th position, and that was a very, very nice move, ladies and gentlemen, into P7. Andy J. Price in P8, Somatic Coast in 9, Sidemen behind that in 10. As Wolf in the chat, that 10k under my name looks really good. Absolutely, mate. 10k bits is incredible. Like I mentioned, we will sort out doing a some sort of league race. And actually, I don't want to mention that in the chat. Oz Melling gets a 3-second penalty. To everybody here today, because Wolfie's sending 10,000 bits to the Jack Crossley Comms channel, we will be doing on maybe a Friday night sometime. We will be doing a a race where anybody can sign up to join in that is in any of the leagues that I commentate in. I think I might be participating in one of them as well, just to have a bit of fun. If anyone would be interested in that, make sure you send me a DM later on. As Mark disqualified from the session. What have I missed? Mark disqualified here today. He gets a 3-second penalty too. What is going on? Everybody, Mark is disqualified. Many DSQs today, which is such a shame. But he's out. That is it for him. With 10 laps remaining, Billy ahead by 1.4 seconds. He's now got 2 drivers behind him that are scrapping away, and that is Mikey and Patrick Dodge. Mikey's into 2nd place now. Patrick deposited down to 3rd, and the final spot on the podium at this moment in time. He might even be down to 4th, as Drippy is now on the backside and trying to give him a good fight here. He will have the inside line into the left-hander, and he will dive it up the inside line. Will it be a bit too deep here to let Patrick with a door up the inside? It will not, and Drippy has done that one brilliantly. The Kick Salvers, everybody, are driving absolutely sensationally, and I cannot wait to see what that's going to do for the Constructors' Championship this season. Then currently on lap 18 of 28, but right now looking good for the Kick Salver Championship. Oh, Venom then, and Ollie Southall having a bit of a scrap. Ollie on the outside line there was unable to get ahead. He's in 7th now as Venom does squeeze through on lap 19. As yellow flags in the final corner, and that is for the Alpine, I believe. As Wolf in the chat, generally the worst DSQ I have ever seen. I wasn't even sure what happened there, to be fair. But a lot of weird and wacky stuff that has happened in tonight's race. The racing has been great, don't get me wrong, it really has been. And the round 1 and now the 2nd round have been great. But even better, as Mikey GTI gets ahead of Billy Mewis, everybody. What is going on here? The Kick Sauber, which was promised a race win. He was absolutely driving the wheels off of the Sauber. We thought it was going to be an easy win for him. Mikey in the Williams has slotted through to the lead with 9 laps to go. He's got to hold this one tight in firm grasp. Can this be a race win then for the Williams of Mikey today? That would be pretty good, wouldn't it? Billy now with a 3-second penalty too. Oh my, it is going his way. It is going his way. Mikey, everybody, in the lead, with Billy trying to fight back up the inside line. And even if he does, he's got a 3-second time penalty to think about. Mikey's going to try and keep his hands clean here then to not get a penalty. And he will be in the best possible position then to win this race today. He's in P1 right now, leading by 0.3 of a second with 8 laps to go between them and the end of the race. And Venom with a 3-second time penalty. Blake with a 3-second time penalty too. As we head over the top of the hill now, then towards the left-hander. Wolfie said, Jack, I've finished the setup of the server where we can host the whole race. Send me an invite, mate. I'll join. Billy just trying to take back what was his then, and like I mentioned, even if he does get ahead, he's in a bit of a predicament here, because if you look, he's got a 3-second time penalty. I mean, man, the man in front of Mikey, it has worked out so perfectly into his hands, because everybody behind him has got penalties. Apart from Patrick, Somatic Coast and Ajur, everybody has penalties. Mikey just has to keep his hands clean and stay ahead, and this is his race today. Sprays with a 3-second time penalty, everybody. Another penalty to his name, then 15 for him. Thank you for that, Wolfie. I'll join that pretty soon. As Mikey, everybody, leads by 0.4 of a second. Behind that, Somatic Coast and Nova Piper, they seem to swap positions. Nova looking forward inside line here, side by side with Sidemen, and Maloon as well is having a bit of a scrap here with Somatic Coast. Look at this battle going on right now. Nova Piper with a closing speed here on the Racing Bull. Just not enough room for him to get through. Drippy picks up a 3-second time penalty. As ahead of that, Sidemen, Ollie Southall and Andy. Here comes a double overtake for Sidemen up the inside line. He makes the lunge. He tries it up the inside of Ollie Southall, but will it be a double overtake that he's been wanting here today? Will it be into P7? An absolutely brilliant move if he can make it work down the back straight, everybody. It's going to be Sidemen into 7 for a brief moment, and he does hold it for now. But will there be any silly, or even not silly, but any late lunge up the inside line? No, there is not. And he holds that position into 7. Ollie and Andy now, they're scrapping as well, and the racing is just starting to ramp up now towards the end of this race today. It's dripping out with a 3-second penalty as well. Somatic Coast and Nova, they're having a bit of a battle at the back. It's Nova that looks like he wants to make a bit of a move here. And here he goes with a bit of a scrappy exit there. Jack, have you seen the new Williams Racing logo? Yes, I have. I think it looks pretty cool. I think it's decent. Yeah, it does look clean. There's Blake with a 3-second time penalty. Like I mentioned, a lot of penalties on the grid. You can see them there on the screen. But like F1 Mikey Boy said earlier, we have got some of them 10-second penalties to be removed tonight because of the safety car glitch that we've been witnessing. But Mikey still leads with Billy in 2, Tyler Adams 3, Drippy in 4. And is Drippy going to be able to get ahead and get back near his teammate? He was overtaken by Tyler, I'm not entirely sure. But one thing we aren't mentioning, actually, Tyler's up 4, Drippy is up 8 places, Venom is up 5. They're all really done pretty well at the top. Mikey's up 4 as well. They're all really doing well up at the top of the grid today. The positions have changed absolutely massively, and that is due to pit stops, safety cars, you know, you name it. But we are soon to cross the line for a final time. Lap 23 now. It's Maloon with a 3-second penalty. Somatic Coast and Nova Piper still having a scrap then. They're going side by side up towards the left-hander here. Look at this battle then. It's the Haas car up the inside to try and make a late lunge. Will he be able to hold that position? He's got an Aston Martin in front of him then to restrict his moving. He's just about has to stay behind. Somatic Coast will not let this one go though. Side by side with the McLaren, he does let it go for now. And Nova Piper, after cutting the corner there, picked up a 3-second penalty again. Malone still ahead of Nova Piper. Can the McLaren make a move here on the Aston Martin? He has got DRS here, long DRS train then, which isn't really going to help anybody. As Andy looking for that move round the outside in the Williams. Wasn't enough just yet, but the inside will open up in a minute. Can't make the lunge even then. Here comes the Aston Martin, trying his chances up the inside there. Still wasn't enough then with 4 laps to go of this Grand Prix. And the clock is ticking now for Mikey to try and stay ahead. There's only a few laps to go, and this man is on for a race win for his first time here today in WRC. It'll be the second race winner of the season and the second race winner ever here in WRC, as of course we had for round 1 the main man himself, F1 Mikey Boy, and then now we've got Mikey GTI, who is going to be going ahead and possibly winning this one today. But he fancies his chances, and he's got drivers behind him with 6 second time penalties, 3 second time penalties, 9 second time penalties. And look at this from behind then. Here comes the McLaren getting close there to the Mercedes. Andy Gay Price and Somatic Coast swap positions once more. Andy into 11, Somatic's down to 12. Everybody in the Haas really struggling here to make some overtakes, as he's now with his teammate. Oh, his teammate, he's on the inside line. He's into P12. I didn't even see him come in. He tried to make a lunge there. Sprays with a 10-second penalty. He's in with Blake and Somatic, though, who are going side by side round the final few corners then. Here in Kota, his teammate Blake has to back off, and he picks up a 3-second time penalty as well because of that. Wow. Somatic goes just about ahead. The 2 teammates, the Hasses, going all out today. Oh, contact there, Nova on the backside of Ollie Southall. Contact was made, everybody, heading into the first corner, and it is all going to start ramping up now. You know, drivers are getting to the point where they might be able to start using a little bit more ERS than you would normally do. Venom with a 3-second penalty now. There's Wolf in the chat. Is it standard 1 to 10 points or something different? Yeah, it should be standard 1 to 10, mate, I believe, because if you look in the standings after the first round, it was all standard numbers, so I believe it is. Honestly, I much prefer it when it's standard numbers, though, because it's so much easier to understand, in my opinion. But, you know, each to their own. But Nova Piper and Ollie Southall, they change around once more, and over into 9 now. One more place into the top 10. Bags himself another point. Somatic Coast in 11 now. He is making some moves up then, and trying to race away from his teammate who's in P13. Andy drops down to P12. Wolf in the chat, we can scrap the 1 to 14 points for next season. It's up to you, mate. I mean, yeah, I'd probably say scrap it. We'll go 1 to 10. I think 1 to 10 is a lot better. There's Blake and Andy. What is going on there? Sprays off the track. As Blake, everybody, in P12 now. Somatic Coast 11. Sidemen with a 3-second time penalty. Once again added to tally. Nova Piper with the biggest, though. Sorry, no, Sprays with the biggest with 28, but Nova with 22. And we look up towards the top of the grid then with only 3 laps to go. Top 3 interviews will be coming your way as well soon. As a draw with a 3-second penalty penalties are quite big today, but Somatic Coast is into the top 10. He's making some moves up. Fair play to the man. He is getting back on the horse, getting back on form. As Blake, his teammate, also gets through now to P12, ahead of the Williams of Andy J. Price, who does send it back up the inside line. He's having none of that, and he wants to get back ahead. The Haas now takes the inside. I love those set of corners. It gives everybody a chance. And now these guys are going tooth and nail out of the final few corners here. Head on to the penultimate lap of the Grand Prix, ladies and gentlemen. Here we have it then. The final 2 laps of the race begin. And this has been a bit of a crazy one. So Zappi, Fozy, Vat of Caramel, Mark and Humboldt are all out of today's race. The only one that I know was definitely, you know, it shouldn't have happened was Humboldt, as the safety car apparently took him out, which is crazy stuff. The safety car doing some mad things at the minute. It really is, you know, glitching the game, now taking people out. Hopefully EA can get that sorted. As Venom and Drippy, they swap positions. Venom's into 4. But Drippy fancies his chances again up the inside line. Loses a bit of traction there, rear traction, and he's going to try and fight back again. Andy with a penalty. Here comes Drippy on Venom to get into P4. It's a lovely move into 4th position, everybody, and he leaves the McLaren in the dust as he makes his move up. Andy and Blake, they're changing positions once more. These guys are scrapping away at the back really nicely indeed, aren't they? And I don't think they're going to stop until the end, hitting the side of each other there. It's a Jordan now as well, who we haven't really seen much of. He's down at the back in P14, but trying to get in on the action. As we head to Mikey GTI then, everybody, at the front of the grid today as we start the final lap of tonight's Grand Prix here in the circuit of the Americas then, everybody, in Texas. What a race it has been so far. Running each other off the track, Venom and Drippy, everybody, in P6 and 7 now, dropping down the grid. Drippy and Venom off the track, taking each other out, and now that gives some other drivers a bit of a chance. Sidemen near the podium today, as we've got Billy Mewis, P2, who we all thought was gonna win, barring one. Ladies and gents, barring one of that main man, of Mikey Boy, who did say in the chat, Mikey GTI is going to win this. It didn't look like he was, but he was absolutely right. He was absolutely right, and that is the way things are going to go today if it stays like this. What a brilliant race it has been from the Williams then, who none of us really expected to go ahead and, you know, make this one his day today, maybe a podium, but not this. But it has gone his way today. It really, really has. And with not a penalty to his name, that certainly is going to help his case of winning this race today. He's going to head round the final few corners, everybody, on lap 28 of 28. The Williams of Mikey GTI with an absolutely sensational race under his belt today. He's going to cross the line and win the second round of the season, everybody, here for the USA in COTA. Mikey for the second round of the season takes the 25 points, takes the checkered flag, and now wins in America. What an absolutely brilliant race from him. Billy Mewis, P2, is Patrick Dodge 3, Tyler Adams 4, Sidemen 5 million 6, Somatic Code 7, Venom 8, Drippy 9, 10, Andy J. Price 11, Blake, Nova Piper 12, Ollie Southall 13, 14 Ajor, and 15 is Sprays once he gets there. But some of that is going to change, subject to change, might I add. What a race, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely sensational driving from the drivers. Who's in the chat? Channel my predictions were Mikey, Billy, Patrick. Oh, did I misread it? Oh, my bad. Race winner then is Mikey. Ladies and gentlemen, fastest lap goes to Billy Mewis, driver of the day. Blake must overtake. Sideman and cleanest driver is Patrick Dodge. Here we go then, ladies and gentlemen, your finishing results from today. It's Mikey Boy taking the win in the Williams from the Kick Sauber, Billy Mewis in 2. We thought it was going to be his day, but it was not. And then P3 rounding off the podium today was Patrick Dodge. Moving down the grid, it was Tyler 4, Sidemen 5, Maloon 6, Somatic Coast 7, Venom 8, Drippy 9, and Andy J. Price in 10. But what a race, everybody. Next up is your top 3 predictions, which we're hoping to get on with fairly soon. Right then, let's really quickly see if we can get the top 3. And I've just been told that, unfortunately, Patrick Dodge can't do so. Hang on a minute. Right then, everybody, what a race. What a race. We're just waiting on some people for the interviews. Let me really quickly see. Hello. Sorry about that, guys. My headset's split in half. It just fell off my head as soon as you joined. Right. Let's get on with it. What a race it was. What a race. Mikey, we're going to start with you, mate. Really good stuff. Just give us a brief overview of how you think it went for you today. Oh, actually, really quickly, I do apologise. I need to add the audio really quickly on the Discord. There you go, mate.
Yeah, it was alright. Basically, safety car saved my race a bit, to be fair. But then I just knew I had to push and get in front because Dirt Year's a killer around here, and then just manage the pace and manage the race.
Absolutely, it was really good to see. We had quite a few people in the chat actually predict you to win. Was there any certain corner on the track you think you struggled with the most?
Not particularly. It's all a bit dicey around here, to be fair. Like I run no TC, so it's a bit of an advantage in Sector 3 for some people.
Fair enough. And then we've got round 3 next, mate, in Singapore for the 11th of November. Is that one of your tracks, do you think? Is that something you're looking forward to, or?
No, I'm not a fan of Singapore, to be honest.
Really? Fair enough.
But yeah.
Well, fair enough. Well, hopefully we can see you do well, mate. And
yeah, hopefully I can try and get a podium or something. But yeah, it's not one of my favourites.
Absolutely. Well, I appreciate you joining us, mate. Thanks for your time, and well done on that win today.
No problem. Just like to say, unlucky to Billy. I mean, it was his race until the safety car.
Absolutely. Where is Billy? Billy here, mate?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, thank you. Good race, though. Good race.
Yeah, cheers, buddy.
Right then. Thanks for that, Mikey. Billy, are we all right to move on to you, mate?
Yeah.
Great result, second place. I actually thought you were going to win it, to be fair, until Mikey came out of nowhere.
So did I. So did I.
But you know, shame for you, of course. But give us an overview of how it went.
Yeah. Well, I qualified 4 attempts ahead. I thought I was just going to win. Well, I was winning, and then safety car came out and it ruined my race. But still got second, so it's fine.
Absolutely. In terms of the strategy, did that play out the way you wanted it to, or did you have to make some last minute changes?
Yeah, up until the safety car, I had a very good undercut of like 8 seconds ahead, and then I didn't think they were going to catch me from there. And I saw the safety car and realized they're definitely going to catch me.
Fair enough. Well, I'm actually pretty gutted, mate. You're on a really good run. Of course, Mikey fully deserves it. Don't get me wrong, Mikey, absolutely brilliant race. But mate, Billy, you were on for it. I think next week, Singapore, is that a track you're confident with, or?
There's a lot of walls on the track, so not really. Last time I raced there, I crashed out.
Oh, fair enough.
Probably not.
It's like a bigger version of Monaco. It can be pretty bad.
Yeah, it's not the best, but I'm decently quick around them.
Fair enough. Well, give us a quick race prediction anywhere. Where do you think you're going to finish in Singapore?
I'd like top 3, just so I can catch up with MCL and Mikey, and then Mikey GT as well. So top 3.
Yeah, fair play. Good stuff. Well, I appreciate you both joining us. Thanks very much, boys. We were going to get Patrick Dodge in there as well, but he's had to nip off. But well done for your positions, and hopefully, if you're on the podium, we'll speak to you again next week.
Thanks for the comms.
Thank you.
No worries, mate. See you later.
Cheers, boys. Taylor.
Right then, ladies and gentlemen, that is it. I appreciate you all joining me tonight. It has been such a great evening. Quite a bit of a weird one with the penalties, you know, of course, with the safety cars and things like that. But on the whole, it's been very good, and I hope you enjoyed. Hopefully the commentary was good for you as well. Let me know. But it has been great. I will see you all hopefully next week for Singapore, ladies and gentlemen, for the 3rd round of the season, where the championship is shaping up to be a really good one. And already we will be very nearly half season distance next week. So that is going to be fun. But that's it from me. Thanks for joining me. Have a very good evening, everybody, and good night.